And the reality is money isn't going to solve the problem. What solves the problem is by by letting people know who you are, and little by little they start to understand that, yeah, you're not so scary, you know. I mean, that's the reality of it. And that's only going to happen when people are honest about who they are in their homes, their churches, their workplaces.
That's a scary thing because, you know, like in my case, my mother looked at me and says, "You're a embarrassment to the family, don't ever come around again."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and then my oldest brother followed that, you know, as if he's some perfect human being that he's a long ways from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm a lot other than my relatives. It's something else. There's, and then
that happens to a lot in the G.L.B.T community.
I can't understand where the gay, lesbian, it's more gays, I think, and lesbians than it is transgenders. I haven't really seen many transgenders that go to church, but there are some. But they believe in the same Bible. They want the same Bible as what teaches them to be killed or be hated all their life. I don't get that. I think that's stupid.
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
I'm not going to make any judgments to that. I mean, people are definitely open to have the faith that they believe. But I mean, if somebody's teaching something to disrespect you for something, how can you believe that when you are that? I don't understand it either, but you know, I'm not going to make any judgment calls on why they are like that. I guess I would hope that they could somehow you know, find the way to you know, enlightenment and respect themselves. You know, because certainly supporting belief systems that aren't respectful of you isn't you know, isn't a healthy way of living. I mean, I myself I was brought up Catholic and have abandoned the Catholicism because it just doesn't fit in my belief systems. But yet I don't need to denounce Catholicism because the Catholic Church does do a lot of good things for a lot of people. I mean, as far as the gay community, no, but for other people, yeah, it does. And it offers people, you know, hope for a very large number of people, and you know, who am I to tell them that they're wrong? But as far as directing the belief systems that incite homophobia, yes, most definitely. I mean, I don't believe that God would create something and then say that it's wrong. And I mean, we all know through our own personal experiences that this isn't a choice. It's not something you can flip the switch one day and, oh, I'm going to be gay today, or whatever, transgender, you know. And it's just...
With some people, actually, there is.
Well...
there are people that, for some mental imbalance, they decide they want to try being transgender when they're really not. And they jump around the rules of Benjamin, and they go have a sex change, and they want it back again.
Yeah, well, it's kind of something, yeah, you kind of need to know you want to do, because once you do it, it's
yeah,
really
once you cut it off, it's gone, it's not coming back.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
So, I don't get that one.
I've seen it. You know, I've had people who've gone through sex changes, and I've interviewed them when they had it, and interviewed them after they tried to reverse it. Mm-hmm. And usually they, in the one case I'm talking about, was a specific case, I'm not going to give you the name, but the person actually went to the church, and the church actually did, what do they call that stuff where they do all that reading over you and stuff.
Exorcism.
Exorcism. They did 4 or 5 exorcisms on the person. Wow. The person paid for it. Paid the church to do the exorcism.
Interesting.
That really, I was scratching my head on. You know, good moneymaker, yeah. But, and all the person can do now when you talk to them is quote you the Bible and tell you how bad you are, and quote you the Bible.
Mm. Well, I mean, the reality is I went to Catholic school growing up.
It's the ex-gay ministry thing.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of hatred going on. And I mean, my personal theory about that is because we're not producing more Catholics, and we're not producing more Muslims. That's why they hate us. You know, the reality is, I mean, my idea is that this is Mother Nature's way of population control. Really, because we're already getting, our population is being, you know, we're reaching capacity of what the Earth can sustain, and it's like, you know, we're doing our part for sustaining it. You know, whether the rest of the world is, it's up to them, I guess. So,
when you talk on population control, that's always worried me, you know, because I see the food shortages.
Yeah,
huge ones in the real near future that people out here aren't seeing.
Well, it's not just food; it's water.
Yeah,
water shortages are already starting to happen.
Well, in Minnesota, we're not worried about that.
Well, no, but in China,
I know
India,
in California
Mexico
they're worried about it. In Nevada they're worried about it. Montana they're worried about it. I understand these things, okay? Sure, overseas they've got some problems. Because, what's up, Zane?
Oh, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'll be back.
All right.
Bye-bye. Nice to meet you.
These problems exist everywhere. But the American people, they have lived such a rich life, they can't see it. They're not seeing it.
Oh, yeah.
They don't believe it.
That's
You
a
know,
lot of
they
things
can't
that we're
see-
sheltered and that we're isolated in our, you know, what we see.
Yeah, they're television.
Yeah.
They can't see outward to see what's really happening, you know. But the more you populate the world, the more food you gotta have.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at a lot of these companies, a lot of these rules have stopped foodland into something else, so there's less food now being produced.
Yeah.
America can't feed itself on the food that it produces inside itself. Right now, it could not do it. If that's all that we had, there would be a fourth of our population that would starve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Most definitely. It's something to be concerned about. That's a whole nother issue.
Yeah, it is, you know.
I mean,
But you gotta understand, you know, this here will air in many different series. It's not gonna be just one whole shot on TV.
Oh,
We're
right.
gonna make this into a month or more.
oh, okay, right.
How's that sound?
Sure.
You know,
Sounds
so,
great.
I mean, we can speak on any topic we want.
Well, unfortunately, time doesn't allow for me. I
allow
have to
you
get
to.
going.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to get going soon. But I mean, I guess one thing I would like to say too is, you know, for anybody that does see your broadcast, is you know, is to check out Nation. It's going to be basically my vision. My vision is to unite the G.L.B.T community globally, and the way you do that is by grassroots, one-on-one, starting meetings where people can get together, you know, and empower each other, and then work towards serving the gay community at large through the different various organizations already in place. It's not about being in competition. It's a fully self-supporting organization that doesn't have any specific agenda other than to end discrimination against the G.L.B.T community. And yeah, and it's not something that I myself or any of the founding members will be making money off of. It's